So in this presentation we are going to discuss normalization, and we are going to introduce the three basic normal forms. We will not be going into the higher normal forms. We will show examples of violation of the first normal form, the second normal form, and the third normal form. And we will give alternative methods to overcome the violation. So about normalization. Normalization is a set of database design techniques. And normalization can be said to also be seen as a state in which a database or a table can be in. The purpose of normalization is to eliminate duplication. The technical term for duplication is redundancy. So the goal of normalization is to eliminate redundancy. The ultimate normal form will be a database in which one piece of information will be stored only in one place. E.F. Codd was the inventor of relational databases, and he described these three basic normal forms: the first normal form, the second normal form, and the third normal form. And we are going to look into these three normal forms with examples. So these are the summary of E.F. Codd's normal forms. The first normal form states that there should be no repeating columns. So we are going to see examples of how the repeating columns can occur, and so the first normal form states that there are no repeating columns. The second normal form states that all non-key attributes should depend on the full primary key. That means if you have a person-project relationship which is made up of has the person ID and the primary as well as the project ID as the primary key. So if I say person 1 is associated with project 6, so all the non-key attributes that should tell me, all the other attributes should tell me something about that relationship. So in that person project relationship, they should not tell me about the person, they should not tell me about the project, they should tell me about the person project relationship. So all non-key attributes should depend on the full primary key and not on parts of the primary key. So if you tell me only about the person, and not about the relationship, then it will be dependent, that information will be dependent on the person ID and not on the project ID. And if you tell about the project, it will be dependent on the project ID and not the person ID. So those things should be avoided. The third normal form states that all non-key attributes should be non-transitively dependent on the primary key. These are not statements, these are summaries. So these summaries I took it from the IBM site. So and these are the summarization of the normal forms, what they essentially mean. So the third normal form states that all non-key attributes should be directly dependent on the primary key, and not all that. The statement is all non-key attributes should be non-transitively or directly dependent on the primary key. They should not be indirectly dependent on the primary key. A transitive dependency is an indirect dependency. So non-transitive means direct. So all non-key attributes should be directly dependent on the primary key. So let's look into examples of all these three normal forms, and we will look into the examples of violations, and we have very good examples. So we'll look into those examples, and we will look into how alternative designs in order to overcome those violations, so that they conform to the corresponding normal forms. So the first normal forms states that there are no repeating columns. So an example of it will be, I'm hiding the other things so that you can concentrate on what I'm saying. So it says no repeating columns. So now let's say for example I have this design, a person table with the columns ID, name, email, phone, child 1, child 2, child 3. So id, name, email, phone are not repeating columns. Child 1, child 2, child 3 are repeating columns because you are repeating the child column 3 times. So you can directly see the problem with this design. This is violating the first normal form because there are repeating columns. The child is a repeating column. So you can see the problems with this. Now let's just say that somebody comes along. There's another person that you are trying to store. He has 4 children, but there is space only for 3 children, so you will not be able to store his 4th child. And if another person who comes along and he has only 1 child, so you said child 1 is this, and child 2 and child 3, the spaces are empty, so there is a waste of space for that. And if a person has no children, then all the 3 spaces are wasted. So you can directly see the disadvantage when a table is having repeating columns. That's why the first normal form states there should be no repeating columns. But let's look into an alternative design for this. The alternative is to split this table. So I will say I will split. I will keep only the non-redundant information, that non-repeating columns. The non-repeating columns are id, name, email, phone, and then I will take this repeating columns and put them in another table. So this is the alternative design that I came up with. And this is the general way things are done. So the first so we split it into 2 tables. The first table is the person table. It has the id, name, email and phone. So the second table is the person children table. So it has id, sequence number and child name. So now let's see if that problem has been solved. So if let's say Joe came along and he has Joe is Ted, no, we stored Sam, Joe and Job were Ted's children. So for 1 we stored Sam, Joe and Job. Now Joe came along and he has only 1 child, that is Bob. So we were able to store, and there is no space wastage. The sequence number is 1 child, and the child name is Bob. And Randy, and then we stored the information about Randy, and Randy has no children, so we don't have to put any of Randy's information in this table. So and later on Ted got another child, Jack, so we were able to store the 4th child, Jack, without any problems. So this is an alternative design. We use the sequence number. The primary keys for this person children table are id and sequence number. So it solved a problem of having no repeating columns. So we can do the exact same thing. What if email, if we want to store multiple email IDs? So if we say, instead of saying email 1, email 2, email 3, we can store that as person email, and we can say person ID is this, the sequence number 1, 2, 3, 4, first email is this, second email is this, third email is this. So only if there is an email we are storing it, and if there are 100, if a person has 100 email addresses, we can store them without any problems just by putting 100 sequence number. So the primary keys of this table are id and sequence number. So we were able to split we were able to solve the violation of the first normal form by splitting the table and using a sequence number instead of repeating columns. So let's look into the second normal form. The second normal form states that all attributes dependent on the full primary key. So this is a person project details table. This contains the person project relationships. So in this table we have we have 2 primary keys. We have a composite primary key. A composite primary key means a primary key which is made of more than one column. So here we have a composite primary key made up of person ID and project ID. So person 1 is related to project 1, person 2 is related to project 1, 3 is related to project 1, 4 is related to project 1. Similarly 1, 2, 3 and 4, they are all related to project 2. So I am storing person name. So I said John, Sam, Anil, Das. Then again for uh, person 1 I stored his name John. Person 2 I stored his name Sam. I stored his name Anil, Das. Das is the fourth person, Anil is the third person. So you can easily see that for each time I have the person ID, I have to put the project name. So this is redundant. So if John is associated 10 with 10 projects, then I will have to store his name 10 times. So this is a redundancy. This is duplication. So similarly, the project 1, we are storing project code and project name and person phone. So person phone also similar to the name, we are storing his phone number as many times as he is if he is associated with 5 projects, we are storing it 5 times. Now person 1 is associated with 2 projects, so we are storing it 2 times. We stored his phone number 2 times. So if the phone number changes now, we have to change it in 2 places. Since it's associated with only 2 projects, we have to store it only 2 times. If it's associated with 5 projects, we would have had to store it 5 times. So similarly, the project code and the real problem we can see it, because person name is not dependent on the relationship. Person name is dependent only on the person ID. It is not dependent on the project ID. Irrespective of the project ID, the person will have the same name. So here we have all attributes dependent on full primary key, but here we have the violation. This person name is dependent on only the partial on parts of the primary key, which is person ID. Similarly, we have project code dependent only on parts of the primary key, that is project ID. Project code is not in any way related to John. It's not in any way related to Sam. It's not in any way related to Anil. Not in any way related to Das. But we had to store the project code 4 times, simply because we did not follow the rule, and that is that the non-key attribute, which is project code, should not be dependent on the partial key. In our case, it is dependent on the partial key, and that is causing the redundancy. So here similarly, project name is again dependent on the partial primary key. So we have to say database project, database project, database project, database project. So the alternative is to split this information into tables. So here we can clearly see, if we stored only the person project relationships, then we won't have the problem. But we stored the person information, we stored the project information, everything in this table. So we can consider this into, we need to split this table into 3 parts. We have 3 types of information here, that is the person information, the project information, and the person project relation information. So we have to split this into 3 tables. So let's see the alternate design. The alternate design, we have 3 tables. We have the person information in this table. We said person ID 1 John, phone number 345, person ID 2 Sam 754, person ID 3 Anil 456, person ID 4 Das 123. So and then we have the project information. So we just said database project and web project, and the corresponding project code proj1, proj2. And then in the third table we stored their relationship, person ID project ID relationship. So this way, now if you see, I stored each person's name only once. I stored his phone number only once. I stored the project codes only once. I stored the project names only once. Whereas in this table I had to store them 4 times. But here I stored them only once. For each association we had to store the name, but here we don't have to. We just have to store the name once, and then here we store their relationship, the person project relationship. Person 1 is related to project 1, 2 with 1, 3 with 1, 4 with 1. So by joining these 3 tables, I can get this information. I can get all of this information. And if I want to change the name from database project to database extended project or something like that, so I need to change it only in one place, and it will reflect for everybody. It will reflect for each of the association. Every time the project ID 1 has come, the project name will be changed in your result. So when I join these 3 tables, I can I split this table, I sort the information non-redundantly, and I can join them to get the complete information. So the second normal form states that all attributes should depend on the full primary key and not on parts of it. So in order to conform to this normal form, we may need to split the table, and then we just have to see what information we are storing, and it usually happens with when we are trying to store multiple different types of information, and that is here we are storing person information, the project information, and the person project relationship information. So by splitting them into 3 different tables, we were able to conform to this normal form. So our table will be in the second normal form, and in order for a table to be in the second normal form, firstly it should be in the first normal form. So second normal form is higher than the first normal form. It should follow the rules of the first normal form as well as the rules of the second normal form. So here we don't have, in this design we don't have any repeating columns, so it is satisfying the first normal form as well as it is satisfying this rule where all non-key attributes are dependent on the full primary key and not. Let's look into the third normal form. The third normal form states that all attributes non-transitively dependent on primary key. So it says all the non-key attributes should be non-transitively dependent on the primary key. Here we have an example table. Emp name is the primary key. So city should be non-transitively dependent on the emp name. Country should be non-transitively dependent on the emp name. Non-transitive means direct. So but here we can see that country is not directly dependent on emp name. Country is dependent on the emp name because country is dependent on Chicago. So we can say Joe belongs to USA because Joe belongs to Chicago. That is transitivity. So that's a transitive dependency, but the rule says that it should be non-transitively dependent. So this column country is non-transitively dependent on emp name. Joe belongs to USA because Joe belongs to Chicago, and we could have derived this information, we could have derived the country from the city, but we put both the city and the country. So this is derivable information, the country is derivable information. Similarly, if we take Brian belongs to USA because Brian belongs to New York. So that's a transitive dependency which should be avoided. So I should split my table now. I can just say Joe, I can just take out this whole country column and I can put another column which says another table which says that Chicago belongs to USA and New York belongs to USA. That will help me avoid writing this USA 7 times. So that's what I did here. All the transitive dependency. So the derivable things, whatever could be derived from existing information, I am removing that. Country can be derived from existing information, which is causing the transitivity and which is causing the redundancy. So so I split this name and I said I said Joe belongs to Chicago, Sam belongs to Chicago, Ted belongs to Chicago, Job belongs to Chicago, Brian belongs to New York, Mary belongs to New York, and Anil belongs to New York. And then I said city, country. So Chicago belongs to USA and New York belongs to USA. I can either have this as a relationship or I can have this as an independent attribute. I can color this like this. So now I have the primary key. The primary key here is emp name. If I should have had the ID, but if I had the IDs, the redundancy would have been it would not look like a redundancy. So emp name, Joe belongs to Chicago, Sam belongs to Chicago, Ted belongs to Chicago, Job belongs to Chicago, Brian, Mary and Anil belong to New York. And I said in one place that Chicago belongs to USA and that I said New York belongs to USA. So so this way, by joining these two tables, I can get this information. So I've the reason for this that caused the redundancy here was that the country was not non-transitively dependent on the primary key. The country was was indirectly dependent on the primary key. So I took out that indirect dependency, I split it, and I put the other information in another table. So if at any place, if we say x belongs to y and y belongs to z, we should store x belongs to y in a separate table and y belongs to z in a separate table. So by joining the two tables, we can use the transitive. We can use the join and say that x, because x belongs to y, and here in another table, because y belongs to z, I can say x belongs to z. So which was the same thing. He said Joe belongs to Chicago and Chicago belongs to USA. So by joining these two tables, I can say that Joe's country is USA. Similarly, Brian belongs to New York and New York belongs to USA. So by joining these two tables, I can say that Brian belongs to USA. So I've removed the transitive dependency here. So it will, and in order for a table to be in the third normal form, it should be in the second normal form. And just remember that the better way to have IDs is to have the primary keys is to have them as IDs rather than the name. This is a description of the concept only. So and ideally you should always use IDs as the primary keys. And when you keep using IDs, you will see that you will see much of the information that looks like redundancy will not look like redundancy anymore. So let's summarize all the normal forms. So we said database design is an art and database design is also a science, that with more practice we can get better, and right practice is better than a lot of practice without principles. And the two key things in database design, two of very important concepts are entity relationship models and normalization. And then we discuss normalization. We introduce the normal forms. We saw examples of violations of the first normal form, second normal form, and third normal form, and we gave alternative methods to overcome the violation. So we said normalization is a database design technique, and duplication redundancy means duplication, and the goal of normalization is to eliminate redundancy. E.F. Codd was the inventor of relational databases, and Codd initially described three normal forms, and then we saw this table of person table, and we said first normal form no repeating columns. We had repeating columns, child 1, child 2, child 3. We removed them and we used the sequence number to eliminate to conform to the first normal form. The second normal form said all non-key attributes should be dependent on the full primary key, and but we had several columns that were dependent on the partial primary key. The person name was dependent only on the person ID, and the project code was dependent only on the project ID. Project name was dependent only on the project ID, and person phone was dependent only on the person ID. So we split this table into three. We stored person information separately, project information separately, and their relationship separately. So this is how we stored it. So we were able to get all the data in one place, and then by joining them, joining all the three tables, we will be able to get this complete information. In the third normal form, we discussed, we saw this emp location table. The third normal form states that all attributes are non-transitively dependent on the primary key, should be non-transitively dependent on the primary key. Here we saw that the country was indirectly dependent on the primary key, so we split that information. By splitting that information, we were able to reduce that remove that redundancy. So and we also discussed that in order to be in the second normal form, a table should be in the first normal form, and in order to be in the third normal form, it should be in the second normal form first. So for third normal form, it should satisfy all the rules of first normal form, second normal form, and third normal form. So as we go higher, as we go from first normal form to third normal form, our redundancy will keep getting reduced. The higher the normal form, the lesser the redundancy.